Good afternoon, everyone. It's Matchmaker Monday at Get Ready to Date, and I'm so excited to be here with you today. Hopefully, you're all enjoying this beautiful summer afternoon. So, as you know, I have clients that write into me. I have a Dear Debra blog in the East Bay Classifieds, and I had a gentleman by the name of George that wrote to me this past week, and I'd like to address his letter to me. Dear Debra, I started dating an amazing lady 1 month ago, and now with social distancing, I am not able to see her as much. I am very upset about this and honestly kind of depressed. We're both retired, so we have a lot of time on our hands. Please give me some ideas on what I can do and how I can maintain my relationship with my new lady at this difficult time. Well, first of all, let me just say to you, I sincerely appreciate you writing to me, George, because many people are feeling the same way you are. And it's especially difficult when you're first starting a new relationship. As I tell all of my clients, when you're starting a new relationship, it's kind of like building a house. You have to have that firm foundation. If you don't have a firm foundation, it's very difficult to build a relationship. So, although this is a difficult time with COVID, where we have social distancing in place and many people are still self quarantining, you can take a deep breath and look at this as possibly a time because you're starting to date someone that you obviously really like to take the relationship very slow, to get to know her. When you think of the olden days, I mean, that's kind of how we used to do things. Now everything's kind of at a rapid fire, hit the ground running time zone with people. And you know what? There's nothing wrong with slowing down and getting to know someone. As you all know inherently, relationships are physical, emotional, and intellectual. And although you may not be able to build on your physical relationship, guess what? You can work on your emotional relationship with this new lady and your intellectual relationship. So when things do change and you're able to spend more time with her, at that point, you'll know that you're ready to move to the next level. So I have a few hints and a few tips of some things that you could do while you're social distancing. Number one, first and foremost, communication in a relationship is the most important thing. And when you're first starting to date, you're really getting to know somebody. You should take the time and do that. I would recommend, because you're both retired, that you set up a time every day. Perhaps it's 10 o'clock in the afternoon, maybe it's 3 o'clock in the afternoon. It's really just depends on what's best for your schedule. But that you would call each other. You either call her or she calls you. She tells you what she's been doing for the day. You can tell her what you've been doing for the day, and you start to communicate. And with a new relationship, there's just so many things to talk about. You can be talking about family and friends, the history of your life, some funny things that have happened in the past, maybe your hopes, your dreams, your aspirations, because this is kind of like unpeeling an onion. You start unpeeling the onion, and what happens is you find out more and more about someone. And quite honestly, I think people fall in love intellectually and emotionally before they fall in love physically. And that, quite honestly, is the best way to start a relationship. The other thing you could do is, especially if you're both readers, is that you choose perhaps a book on the New York Times bestseller list and you say, you know what? Let's both read this book together. So you can agree to read maybe one chapter or two a week and then set up during one of your times together to almost like start a virtual book club. And you can talk about the chapters you read rather, and talk about essentially what's happening in the book, what your feelings are, what your opinions are. And just like you would do with a book club, if you met at a coffee shop, excuse me, you can do that with your lady. And it can be a lot of fun. It can be intellectually stimulating, and again, gives you a lot to think about. Another really fun idea is to have a Netflix party. Almost everybody has Netflix today. So you decide that you want to watch a certain show. Maybe it's a Saturday night because this could be a date night. And you know what? You can even mix it up and have some fun. Maybe you like to drink wine. Maybe you like a spicy margarita. So you basically both prepare yourself a nice drink, probably maybe a margarita. I honestly think that would be a fun thing to do. And have cheese and crackers and sit down and start a Netflix party where you both watch the movie at the same time. You can actually text each other during the movie and share with each other the funny parts of it. No, it's not the same as sitting on the couch together, but it's definitely safe and it's fun and it's a way to stay connected. One of my favorite things to do is to write each other letters. I have to tell you, I have letters that I have written to my friends or my family members that they still cherish and keep. And I also have letters that I cherish and keep that I've received. Writing letters, as we call them, snail mail, has kind of gone out the window now. Most people, they don't just even email anymore. Now it's text. Everything is fast, fast, fast. And you know what? When you go to the mailbox and you open up the mail and you have a letter from that special someone, how awesome would that be? I mean, George, just think about it. If you send that lady a letter, you tell her how you feel, you talk about your emotions and how much you care about her, you know what? That's going to touch her heart. That is going to be something special that she can keep. So I absolutely recommend writing letters. The other thing is, we talked about text. Don't forget to send a few texts during the day. You can, I wouldn't go crazy sending them, but maybe you're speaking in the morning and then the afternoon, you could send a quick text saying, thinking of you, missing you, wish you were here. Or maybe you're out in your garden and you found this beautiful flower. You can take a snapshot and then send it to her and say, wow, what a beautiful flower. I just wanted to share it with you. Because people really want to have connection. Isn't at the end of the day what this is all about? It's all about us connecting and having a relationship with someone. Another fun thing to do, and this is one of my favorites because I love the vacation, is that you might talk about in one of your calls, goodness, you know what? Let's go to the Grand Canyon when this is all over and done with. And you might take a few of the national parks, and she might take a few other national parks, and you start researching them and things to do, and maybe restaurants to go to, or hotels to stay at. Basically, just sit down and plot out that vacation. And then you come together on your phone calls and you share about the vacation to the national parks, and you can actually put together your very own itinerary. So when the time comes and it's safe to fly again, and you're ready to go out there and explore the world, you can do it together and have fun. Really, at the end of the day, as I've been talking about during this broadcast, it's all about communication. It's all about connection. It's all about basically developing a deeper level of emotional and intellectual compatibility. And when you do this, you're going to find you're going to get closer and closer as time goes on. And that is going to help to maintain the relationship. When the time comes when you can go out and you can be together in person more and more, guess what? You're going to already know so much about this person. So I hope that these few tips, George, helped you. And you'll have to write back to me and let me know how it goes. If you'd like to call me, please call me at 401 569 8233 or email me at Debra at getreadytodate.com. I am at 310 Maple Avenue in Barrington and would love to hear from you. And anyone that's listening to this broadcast, if you would like it and also subscribe on my YouTube channel, I would appreciate it. Well, have a magnificent Monday and talk to you next week. Bye for now.